Hey guys, Mr. P here, Uncle P. We are gonna be taking a look at an exclusive first insight straight into Gilgamesh as well as Rin Tohsaka's kit right now. I have actually not taken a look at leaks whatsoever, and I still have not even played them on the early access, so I don't even know what they do because I've been so busy after just coming back from the Ni Howdy land. So finally today I'm gonna be having a little bit of time, but alas, I have discovered as Mr. Currency that you can in fact take a look at their Eidolon and Lycone capabilities for both Gilgamesh as well as Rin Tohsaka before their early access guide is gonna be available. I mean, technically it's not even gonna be an early access guide because they can only be made available the day their banner actually comes out, which is gonna be 10 days later as of this time of recording. So without further ado, I'm just gonna immediately slam straight into their kits right here, which we can't actually see like fully what they show, but we can have some kind of a rough description, right? It's like a rough description of what they could do right here. So this is bro's talent. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the exact same talent, because maybe it might not be. Is it the same? Is it the same? Huh, it looks like the same kit, chat. Does this not look like the same kit? It should be, right? Okay, I think we can kind of ignore the multipliers, because the multipliers changes with the stars, so it's not very fair to like judge based on multipliers. But like what they actually do, it probably is what they are actually gonna be doing, right? So we actually do have access to Gilgamesh and Rin Tohsaka's kit right now, chat. Because I am Mr. Currency and I realized that, yeah, we can actually take a look at their kits immediately before they actually come out, so you're absolutely fucking welcome. So for Gilgamesh first, I think we don't really care about this, lucky strike thingy. I don't think we can click on this as well, but this is probably quite interesting, right? When Gilgamesh or Saber attacks, they accumulate one attack tally after either unit attacks. If the accumulated attack reaches 8, Gilgamesh and Saber launches a joint follow-up attack, dealing lightning damage equals to 300. Okay, I don't care about the multipliers because this is obviously gonna change. So let's just ignore the multipliers, and blah blah blah. And when the damage equals to 525% equals to Saber attack to all enemies, and then we gain 3 points of interest, and Saber regenerates 120 energy, and the damage dealt by our next ultimate becomes 180% of the original damage. So it is not even a 80% damage increase, it is straight up a 180% original damage multiplier, which is the same phrasing that you essentially see from like the Icaron Nihility Tracers. So this is a it basically almost doubles Saber's next ultimate. Right, it is 1.8x of Saber's. Yeah, so this looks to be a really good talent for Gilgamesh called I Grant You Permission to Strike, right? If it's not gonna be for Uncle P right here, the accumulated attack is reset after using the joint follow-up attack. So I guess the rotation with Gilgamesh based on this talent right here is that you want to make Gilgamesh and Saber attack more frequently, right? Because if you can get this attack tally to 8, then both of them will launch this. Not so much for the damage multiplier, because like I feel this is actually not gonna be that big of a actual raw numbers. I mean, I'm not really sure what the raw numbers are as of this point, but the important right here is the 120 energy as well as ultimate damage becoming 180% of the original. Does this go up? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, this does go up. Holy shit, chat. At 4-star, you have 450% of the original out damage. Okay, I don't think this is gonna be the actual final version of Gilgamesh. Okay, wait, let me see, like, how can I tell if this is, like, the baseline multipliers? You guys like, so, Yao Yi Yao's out is 20%. Okay. What about Sunday? Sunday is 20% crit rate. 30 plus 12. 30 plus 50. Then Evanesia is like 160 and 120. Okay. So is 1 star the actual amount that I can take away? Where is Sunday? Where is Sunday? Where is Sunday? 30 plus 12. Wait, chat, I think 1 star is actually their base value. Right, 1 star looks to be their base value. Because this is 30 plus 12% of Sunday's crit damage as well. Then Yao Yi Yao is also the same, right? Yao Yao is also the same, which is 20% all-time rest. Then Evanesia was 160, right? Holy shit, that's a shit ton of text. I'm not reading all that, bro. Where is her out? Is there an out? Oh, Evanesia, I can't see her out multiplier. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna assume that their 1 star is the actual raw multipliers, but of course this could be wrong. So if we do see Gilgamesh's kit to be coming out at a 1 star baseline, then it means that for every 8 attack between Gilgamesh and Saber, your Saber basically get another ultimate for free. Wait, it's actually more than another ultimate because you get 50% of Saber's energy anyway, so you're 120 out of 240, right? So you get a 1.5x free ultimate per 8 attacks between Saber and Gilgamesh. So really, really interesting talent. Can I take a peek at bro's other capabilities? Or like, I can't take a look at bro's other capabilities. All of you. Okay. Okay, Gate of Babylon. Okay. King's Acknowledgement, allowing this unit to ignore 30% of target's defense, lasting for 3 turns. Lightning damage equals to 300%, blah, 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 blah. Very interesting, but I think this is only gonna be for Gilgamesh himself, right? So I don't think this will be applied to Saber unless there's like a trace that allows me to apply it to Saber, which I feel like it makes sense because if it's gonna be a Saber support, why would Saber not have access to this 30% defense ignore? So there should be a trace that unlocks this for Saber. I mean, I genuinely don't know, chat, because I have not tried them at all because I am just as clueless as you guys. Okay, but let's take a look at Enuma Elish. Deals a lightning damage equals to 600, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is basically Saber Pro Max. Kind of. Right, it is literally Saber's entire ultimate yoinked, and then he just pasted it and deal lightning damage instead. So that's pretty much done. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I think that was what we saw just now. Basically, I don't really think it cares. Wait, what is this? Oh, when Gilgamesh uses ultimate, 2 points of interest. When another ally uses the ultimate, 3 points of interest. Fixed amount of energy equal to 30% of the energy consumed and takes on King's Burden, increasing ultimate damage by this by 25%. Automatically use basic attack at the start of this unit's turn, blah blah. Okay, I don't think this actually matters. I don't. Oh! When Gilgamesh gains 1 point of interest, for every 1 point of interest, his speed increases by 5% in it. His speed increases by 5%. So I think this would work very well with his original on-field talent, which is to act as frequently as possible to get additional stacks of the attack frequency to proc your 8 numbers of attack, right? Now when interest reaches 10 points, which at this point is going to be 50% speed for the first time, enters interest peaked and can only use his skill in that state for the remainder of the battle. Oh, okay. So he has a bit of a ramp up time, right? He has a bit of a ramp up time. So until we get 10 stacks of interest, he can only use basic, and this will reach the highest amount of points whenever another ally squad member takes action. You know what would actually make this speed like better? I personally feel at this point, right, instead of a speed increase of 50%, which honestly is not even that crazy, because like most units in HSR, they have like 100 base speed, roughly 1 base speed. So this is a roughly 50 speed. Right? I mean, I don't know what his actual stats, but it's roughly 50. You know what would be better than 50 speed? Bro, I think action value would have been really, really good, bro. I don't know what he actually does, like, because I need to try him the early access, right? But bro, if this was like an action value increase instead of like a speed increase, I think this would have been a really nice little synergy, right? If I can say so myself, I personally feel that way. Okay, but in any case, for every 1 point of interest increase that crit damage, blah 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 blah. So it gives a 120% crit damage increase, which is, I mean, at this point he is a sub DPS, right? So I don't really know how much his actual multipliers are gonna be like with his ultimate, because from what this ultimate shows, it doesn't look that crazy. All right, 1200% multiplier is good, right? The raw number for this out is pretty good. It just depends on like how frequently can you cast this ultimate. In tandem, I'm assuming if you're gonna be running him with Saber, right? So I guess he kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Nexa. Alright, he is like a sub DPS that also has quite a bit of a kit tied to his personal damage multipliers. So it's not full on like a sub DPS that can only buff Saber from what I'm seeing right here, right? So blah 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 blah. Increase all allies attack by 30%. And crit damage by 30%. Target's energy is higher than 140, which is definitely going to be Saber. Every 1 access point of max energy, increase attack and crit damage by 1 up to a maximum of 60%. So if you have a 200 max energy, you will get yourself an additional, I'm guessing at this point, 90% attack and a 90% crit damage buff, which is pretty crazy, right? Now when Saber is on, okay, this was the exact same 10 that we saw just now, so I'm not going to repeat myself. So yeah, generally speaking, I think his kit actually looks very interesting. It kind of just depends, right? It depends on like how frequently can Buckle actually move, because if he moves too slow, it will kind of give me like a bit of a back-loaded kit at the start of battle, because you need to hit this 10 stacks of interest, right? And if you don't hit this 10 stack of interest, he is like, I'm guessing way weaker, because you can only use your basic, which means you cannot actually get your 30 energy on your skill instead of 20 energy on your basic. And on top of that, I'm not too sure if he's gonna be able to use my favorite 4-piece, 2-piece combination, which is 4-piece Eagle, 2-piece One Whack, because like, hey, he could just straight up just yoink that 4+2 combo to make him go as fast as possible, right? Because you do want him and Saber to move as fast as possible. But last time I checked, Saber don't really use 4-piece Eagle, but Gilgamesh could though. Right, Gilgamesh could run Von Whack for a little bit faster activation. I think Von Whack will actually work really well with him, especially because he needs so many action value to reach just 10 points. And then 4-piece Eagle will just allow him to get a lot more action value, which can then trigger our joint attack more frequently. Because I'm guessing for this particular thing, it looks like his kit is revolving around Saber's ultimate frequency as well as Saber's ultimate damage, right? Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right, chat? Am I making sense or am I not making sense? I feel like I am making a lot of sense. Can I get some he is right? Can I get some he is right now, bro?
The greatest delusional Honkai star rail player that has ever lived.
Oh, I'm absolutely right. Okay, thank you. That is really good. Thank you. If I remember right, the energy from the traits, I have no absolute idea on what his major and minor traits are gonna be, but that is pretty much the entirety of Gilgamesh's kit. And let's take a look at bro's Eidolons as well as the light codes, which are gonna be revealed right here. Wow. Okay, so E1 Gilgamesh. Alright, so I'm assuming this is pretty much the exact same Eidolons that we're gonna be seeing if we're gonna be pulling for Gilgamesh. Maybe there might be some numerical changes, who knows? But based on what I see, okay, for example, if I take a look at Yao Yao right here, right? Let's take a look at Yao Yao. It is literally the exact same, and it is based on the Eidolons you own for your individual units. So I don't see any reason why this would not be the exact same Eidolons. So I feel this is most likely going to be the exact same Eidolons, right? So E1 Gilgamesh, he who see. So I guess he sees them, right? He saw the deep. When he possessed this thing, the defense ignore. Oh, the 30% defense ignoring effect can only be applied to others if you get the E1. Oh, cause bro, I was already thinking like this 30% defense ignore. It feels kind of mid, if it's just gonna be for himself personally, and you can't actually give this buff to Saber. And I was thinking this might be unlocked to your other teammates in like a major trace, but I guess we are gonna be going for the more relatable light spender means, which is gonna be unlocking his E1. So after you get this, Saber will also have access to the 30% defense. Alright, very, very interesting. King's acknowledgement will increase Gilgamesh attack by 60%. Okay, I see. When he uses skill, he will additionally regenerate 40 fixed energy for himself. Bro, this E1 looks really, really good, no? You get team-wide defense ignore and a 40 fixed energy for himself, which makes his rotation a lot faster, which also means he can proc 4-piece ego a lot faster. I think this, I don't know if it's gonna be on the same caliber as E1 Archer, but from what I see right here, this looks to be a really good little E1, right? Also, that is gonna be there. Alright, then for Idol 2, when entering combat, Gilgamesh gains 5 points of interest and gains another 5 points of interest when using ultimate. Oh, it's an E2 Cyrene. Right, so you don't have to wait for 10 points of interest anymore by waiting for your allies to attack as well as his personal attacks. You can just instantly get 5 points, and then the moment you get your ultimate, that's 10 points immediately. Alright, so very reminiscent of E2 Cyrene. Damage multiplier is increased by 100%. Damage multiplier increased by... Okay, I don't think the damage multiplier matters that much. I also don't think this is as crazy as E2 Cyrene, because your allies can give you a decent amount of interest anyways. It depends on like how much action value is it gonna take you between a E2 Gilga or a non-E2 Gilga, right? But I don't think this E2 is that crazy, but this E1 looks really crazy, right? So that is gonna be that. E3, okay, that's the nobody cares. E4, wow, free 20% energy regeneration rate. For free 99, bro, I've never actually seen anyone adding energy regeneration rate into an Eidolon 4, actually. That sounds like a really good Eidolon 4. So if you get this with Volwek and energy regeneration rope, he's gonna hit, what, 44.4% ER. And then if you add on his signature weapon, which we already see from the actual banner. Alright, okay, I'll show you guys the actual weapon later on. It is gonna be, what, 54% energy regeneration at E4, which does in fact sound kinda crazy, right? Because it's a 10% plus 44, which is 54.4. So a normal skill, which usually nets you 30 energy, is now gonna net you like, what, close to 50 energy, which is quite crazy, right? Then E5, nobody cares. Alright, E6. Bounce multiplier by 80%. Okay. The classic all-type res pen for our... Okay, but this time is for the entire team, so that's gonna be that. When another member of LI uses the ultimate, gains 1 point of golden rule, up to 3 points. When he uses ultimate, consumes all golden rule and increases ultimate crit by 100%. I don't think this matters that much. I mean, it basically gives him like, what, 300% crit damage, right? So it is mainly just gonna be from a raw damage multiplier standpoint. But from the way it plays, I don't think it's as crazy as Saber's E6. Because Saber's E6 actually gives you back a free out, which will change your rotation by a considerable. Whereas this one is straight up just 300% crit damage. And I'm guessing if you build him as a 4-piece ego, 2-piece walkback, he might not even do that much damage to begin with. So that is gonna be Gilgamesh's E1 through E6. And then last but not least, taking a look at his light cone, which is actually gonna be available right here. I don't think we can actually see Rin Tohsaka's light cone, but we can in fact see Gilgamesh's light cone. Boom. Right, as I am as you behold, right? Increase your attack by 18% and energy regeneration by 10%. And then when we use ultimate, for every 1 energy, increase ultimate damage dealt by 0.2 up to a 72% damage increase. And when you enter combat or use ultimate, you gain all that, and you will get a team-wide ally crit damage increase. I mean, at this point, if you're gonna be a Gilgamesh main, alright, you are getting this for free anyways. Alright, so bro, imagine if this is just 2 pools. After you spend 2 pools, you get this for free. But unfortunately, it's not actually 2 pools. It's gonna be 200 pools right there. Whoa, why do I have like a bigger camera? Whoa. Okay, but yeah, that is gonna be 200 pools for your free Gilgamesh S1. So if you are gonna be a Gilgamesh man, you can definitely pick it, pretty much just get it for free 99. For the energy regeneration team-wide crit damage reason, I think this is pretty alright. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Archer's S1 because my free-to-play account, I'm still running S5 cruising, right? Which is, I mean, it is a damage drop-off, but it's not gonna be that significant. So that is gonna be Gilgamesh's S1 as well as all items in his base kit. Before we move on into Rin Tohsaka, do you see this? Do you see this, Bucko? Mr. KK, you fucking ass. Alright, does it look like a fucking click on this? No, right? No, right? Then what the f are you? So that is gonna be our Gilgamesh Lycon. So with that, I don't believe we can actually see Rin Tohsaka's Lycon because it is basically the same UI, but at least we can see Rin Tohsaka kit right here, right? So without further ado, okay, Gem Magecraft gains 20 points of gem energy. Gems, the ally crit damage. Oh, ally squad crit damage increased by 60%, and for 1 skill point consumed or recovered, you gain 1 point of gem energy. If we have 15 or more, if the current skill point are 7 or more, her skill is enhanced into second magic experiment. Okay, I'll take a look at the skill later on, but that is pretty interesting. For every 60 points of gem energy gain, if Archer is on field, oh, they also have this joint follow-up attack. So full AoE, 300% multiplier between both Archer and Rin. If Archer is not on field, she can summon Archer to attack. Oh, bro literally summons Archer like a Mimi, bro. That is pretty interesting. So you can do this equal to 225 of Rin Tohsaka and recovers 4 skill points for all allies. When combat begins, consider to have gained 20 points of gem energy. That is pretty outrageous, right? When you use second magic, okay, we'll take a look at the kit for the I'm guessing all field, so we can see a little bit more. For each point of gem energy consumed, ally squad's crit damage increased by 1.5% for 2 turns. Okay, one thing that I kind of want to bring up immediately is that this particular crit damage increase, right, is your ally squad, which means not only will this benefit Archer, I mean, she's obviously designed with Archer in mind, but it also benefits Sparkle. Alright, because Sparkle's ultimate does have her crit damage scaling, so I'm guessing at this point, the final team for Archer is more or less gonna be set to be Archer, Rin Tohsaka, Sparkle. Last guy, I'm guessing if you're gonna be doing a sustained run, either DHPT or DHPT, I don't think I'm gonna be using Hui that much, or if you're gonna be doing sustainers, just slap on E4 well and call it a day, right? So that is gonna be our talent for our Rin Tohsaka. Alright, take a look at the outfield thingamabob right here. Okay. I don't think this matters too much because this is the normal skill. Then this is the enhanced skill, right? 120 to all enemy, consume 3 stacks of gem energy to do another 120, blah blah. This repeats until gem energy is less than 3, or there are no targets remaining with current HP greater than 0, up to a maximum of 33 times. Whoa! So, you could use this by saving up in it. You could technically use this by saving up. So you could just wait until you have like a shit ton of stacks. Kind of like a Cypher in a sense. Up to a maximum of 33. For, I'm guessing, an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage multiplier. Kind of like a finisher if your Archer can't get the job done, right? Also, how the hell do you pronounce this? I am a fate tourist. Angatakigase. Alright, so that is her ultimate. Deals quantum damage equal to 750%, blah 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 blah. When used, recovers 1 skill point. Okay, that's really good. Increased damage taken by so it applies a vulnerability debuff as well, recovering 12 points of gem energy, right? So that looks to be a pretty decent ultimate, right? A little bit of skill point, a little bit of damage vulnerability, alright? And you blah 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 blah. I think that was essentially what we saw just now, so I don't... Oh, wait. When Rin Tohsaka is on field, the maximum amount of skill point increases by 2. So you can actually combine this with Sparkle and Archer. So you can actually go up by quite a substantial amount. And her quantum red span can increase by 15%. Archer also... Wait. Hold up. So she has a 150% attack buff and 15% quantum red span for free to Archer. So Archer gets this for free. A free 150% attack and a 15% red span. So if Buckle can get this for free, why the fuck must I pull for an E1 for my Gilgamesh to give Saber 30% defense ignore, bro? But why? I think that is a little bit silly. I think that is a little bit hilarious, if I can say so myself, right? So that is gonna be the little thing about right there. And then we have another thing. After Archer uses scale Gelder Bodo Dogo, if there are 3 or fewer skill points, or if Calendar Bogu fake spell has been currently used 5 times, and the joint follow-up that has not been triggered, will launch another joint follow-up attack of Archer and recovers 4 skill points. So I guess this will be really good for an Archer main that has that bit of a downtime if you want to use Archer with Sparkle, because Sparkle is usually on like a 3, maybe 2 turn ultimate uptime. So there will definitely be times where Archer does not have enough skill point after you Sparkles out. But now that you have this Tohsaka style talent, you get another 4 skill points, which can allow a unit like, for example, right, your E1 Archer could theoretically get off a full blast because of this talent, making this really nice if you are gonna be getting Rin Tohsaka alongside with Archer, which is all just really good value, right? So that is gonna be for any 60 points, blah blah. If Archer blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's the exact same just now. Okay. Oh, okay. So that is pretty much gonna be Rin Tohsaka's kit. I feel as of this moment, if I were to be a guessing man, right? If I were to be a guessing man, I feel that Rin Tohsaka plus Archer does have a really nice synergy and potentially could do very well for their endgame performance as compared to Gilgamesh plus Saber. But of course, we will have to take a look at this in the future when I can try them out in the various endgame content, because I don't actually see how they're gonna be playing until I actually see how they're gonna be playing, right? Then for our one last segment, it is gonna be our character details, and that is gonna be Rin Tohsaka's Idolence. Whoa. Okay, if gem energy consumed by enhanced skill 30 or more, takes shadow gem equals to gem energy. When possessing shadow gem, skill is enhanced, and the enhanced skill consumes all shadow gem and does not consume gem energy. So this will allow you to use more enhanced skills, right? You basically get a free enhanced skill, kind of. Because usually you cannot cast your enhanced skill unless you have enough gem energy. But if you do get the E1, you get this brand new term called Shadow Gem, which also doubles up as gem energy. So instead of like 1 enhanced skill, the entire rotation will then offer 2 enhanced skill instead of 1. So I think that looks pretty interesting. As a matter of fact, if you want to run a Rin main DPS with Saridra, I think this E1 would be kind of crazy, right? So we'll see how that's gonna be when the actual game comes out. E2 Rin. Increase Rin's skill damage by 30%. When Rin is on field, skill damage by ally becomes 130% of their original damage. Ooh. So this is straight up a 30% damage multiplier increase. Not just for Archer, but also for herself, huh? In terms of like raw value, like raw damage numbers, I think this E2 is pretty good. It is just 1.3x of the original amount. Doesn't really change the way you play, but you just straight up deal 30% more damage. So this could be pretty good, especially depending on like how strong your archer is. Or if you're gonna be running this in like a sustainless setup, right? If you slap on like a fucking Cerebra or some shit, then I think this E2 could be scaling quite nicely, right? So that is gonna be the E2, right? Nobody cares about that, right? E4. Allies crit damage boost increased by 70%. Wow, that is insane. So that's gonna be that. E6. All that. Okay, so both Rin as well as Gilgamesh all-time rest is 20%. Classic. When using ultimate gains 24 gem energy and 1 extra turn. Ooh, 1? Okay, this E6 looks like it could synergize super well with the E1. So with E6 into E1, it kind of reminds me a little bit with like Sparxie's E2. Because you get that extra turn to make use of the resources they are going to be applying, and after you get gem energy, E1 then converts gem energy into more shadow gem to conduct more enhanced skills. So very interesting. I don't actually think I've seen an extra turn tied to an E6 before. I could be wrong, right? So that is gonna be Rin Tohsaka's Eidolons from E1 through E6. If this was an E2, I think people will go absolutely fucking crazy for Rin Tohsaka. But unfortunately, E6 is a little bit expensive, right? Okay, I don't think we can see her light cone. Okay, let me see if Pom can give us a fix here. Is there a Pom that can give us a fix here? Oh, there's no more AI Pom. Oh, they killed AI. Oh, that is crazy, bro. Okay, then I guess it is what. Okay, maybe they added it to the data bank, guys. No, it's not here, chat. It's not here. Alright, it is what it is. So I think with that, we are going to be coming to the end of Rin Tohsaka as well as Gilgamesh's full kit reveal based on Mr. Currency and Uncle P, right? So let me know what you guys think and the thoughts of both Gilgamesh and Rin. Are you gonna be pulling for them? Are they mid? Are you getting the Eidolon? Are you getting a light cone? A reminder that you can in fact get Gilgamesh a light cone for free, so don't worry about it too much. But I can't really see Rin Tohsaka's light cone. So join Discord. Word of the day is gonna be soon today, right? Whatever that is. Use code BOLT for 10% off game. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.